Hello and welcome back to Timber and Stone. Today we'll be working on a new section of town. We want to try and wrap up the lower section, at least the back half here that's surrounding the town square currently, here in the next couple episodes. Today we're going to be working on the trading post, which is going to be kind of the main town hall, you could say, because the trader goes to the town hall. He doesn't really have a designated area for himself. So I like to turn that into the trading post, just for arbitrary reasons, more or less. But to do so, I'm going to turn this shape here into the trading post, because we can make one of these large square sections into a covered kind of market square that is used to house material and things like that. So I think I'm going to base it off of something similar to a material warehouse or something like that. Now to get started, I'm going to have to remove our infantry guard points, and we're going to have to move them a little bit out here in front of the low walls outside of town. And this is just so, you know, our people are out of the way. I don't have to worry about them getting stuck during the building, and it also means the front line of our town kind of gets pushed out a little bit more. Now with that, we have kind of this low retaining wall, which is marking out the early additions for the upper section, which will have some more fancier homes, also some more of the civic buildings that we might require later on, such as the castle, military academy, and things like that. So we will hit play and speed up time just a little bit. Let these guys move out there. We only have 4 permanent infantry now, since the other episode we ended up losing someone. So we need to think about replacing them. There we go. So this person, Naomi, will be able to be trained, hopefully, into the art of polearm and heavy armor. We'll keep you in light boots. I like light boots over the heavy boots for sure, just because the movement speed increase to me is just a far better kind of deal than anything else. We also want you to combat training and seek charge target enemies when that becomes a factor. So we will move you temporarily over towards the training dummies. She will then refit and gain her military equipment and start training up so that we can gain some levels there. Also need to clean up some of these goblins that were such a trouble previously. Start laying out this building here. This building is the trading depot, and we need to establish some flooring. He's going to have a little bit of a home here, and then a partially kind of jut on the second floor covering some of his storefront here, and I think that'll be pretty cool. So let's use terrain, and we will use dirt for the actual kind of storage and trading area. A dirt floor, you know, used to be a pretty common thing. The flooring for the outline, we'll use the cobblestone gray, I think. I hope that looks cool. We need to reconstruct our road here a little bit and go out here to the left and reconnect one of the roads at the edge of the map. Oh, good. We're going to get some music today. And once we reconnect this, anyone that is looking to join the town through immigration will be able to do so. And I'm pretty excited to start replacing the people who have died over the last few episodes. There we go. So that road is connected back out to the edge, and we can temporarily connect this road here as well. That way we can still get people coming into town and keep growing the population over time. So other than that, we need to construct the home in which they live. Now, being a merchant, they are going to have some more money than the commoner. down in the lower area. They just do business down here because it's close to the docks. Importing and exporting goods would be quicker. So that's my reasoning for this. We will use kind of a fieldstone foundation, I think, in this initial area. And let these guys build this out. Now, to do this covered area, we will do something similar to what we were doing at the docks. We will be making some heavy poles out of wood logs, about 3 tall. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is, of course, because that's about the height limit a nice timber and stone person can reach while building. And of course, I didn't choose the right corner. And I don't need to build a wall of wood. I just need this. There we go. And we will partially cover that, as I said, with the building and things of that nature. Now, the general layout, I think what I want is somewhat of a misshapen building. I think just to here will be 2 stories, and then over here will remain a single story. So that's something to consider. So let's lay out some of that. This is going to be the fieldstone kind of foundation. We can place that all the way around, and also go ahead and think of the doorway that is going to fit right there. That'll take them straight into the home, and also he should probably have an exit right out into his shop area, if you think about it. So we'll clear that spot there for a little door. And we can probably fit the staircase up to the 2nd story about right here. So that'd be pretty cool. And it's all about layering these basic shapes together to make a interesting combination of boxes, triangles, and squares to just make a layered building. Now, if you guys have been watching my Planet Coaster series, I do go over a little bit of this on my kind of gray boxing tutorial, and that's essentially all I'm doing in most of my building games. I'm thinking about just how the shape gets laid out and how to interact it maybe a little bit with the path, have overhangs in certain areas, an interesting roof line. And if you do enough of those gray boxes in other games, or if you build enough homes in other games, you kind of get used to doing things like this and laying out this rough shape. I think on this half of the building, when it switches, we're going to change the tile, because this is all the 1st floor area. So I'd be fine with using some wood back here. Say this is maybe a kitchen area of some kind. Then we can put the chimney back here as well. So fieldstone. 3, 2, 3. And this is going to be the real first building that doesn't use the same cornerstone, like out of wood, that we've been utilizing in a lot of our other constructions. In fact, we're going to delete some of these, because that's not what I want to use. I want to use, I think, castle brick, just to make it look a little bit more unique. Let's get rid of this one. Construction, we will do walls, fields, stone, just so we can see on the blueprint the up-down view here, just so we can locate this division of the rooms a lot easier as the building progresses. So the flooring, we will use, you know, this is a fancier place, so they can use tempered planks. And we can put the fireplace here, and we can get rid of the timbered planks and switch that to, say, flat stone, just as a little hearth to protect the wood from the fire. Any, you know, sparks shoot out, it will land on the stone rather than the wood itself. That's something to consider when you're doing that. And I'll leave a gap there so I kind of know the fireplace is going in that area, and we can grab the castle brick for our cornerstones. So 3 there. And get this all built up. And again, you know, starting from the corner is a major help, just so that you're able to kind of drag off the roof line and other elements just from those simple vertical pillars that get established relatively quickly. So field stone. In fact, we will take out this little section here. And I think I might interact with the path just enough. So we're going to bump this out by 1. Walls, castle, brick. That way the door frame can be kind of inset a little bit there. And you can create, I mean, yeah, it interferes with the road a little bit, but it can also look cool to do that. As long as, you know, I'm not going to do the same thing right here, so it's a single file there. At most, you know, I do want to leave 2 block width so people can pass each other on this central road. But maybe the shopkeep is, you know, using his additional door length to draw in more customers. And we can just simply dig out 2 little windows right there, just so no one, you know, swings the door open and hits someone right in the schnoz. Let's also make the fireplace already. I forgot how to rotate for a half second there. And in fact, we will have to dig this out and replace all of that with flat stone. That'll look better. So, walls inside. First floor, we'll just keep the interior walls castle brick. I think that would be pretty cool. So we're gonna have a heavy traffic area, 2 doors kind of going back and forth right here. The main official entrance, if you're just coming in from the main street, this door here is mainly just for the worker to get inside on his own. And we need flooring for flat stone again. There we go. And you can see timber and stone, it just does take a lot of time to build out a lot of structures. You're gonna have these people carrying supplies back and forth. You're gonna have delays in terms of you need blocks built so you can go ahead and continue building off of what you've already done. And the process can just be a little long at times. However, it's very rewarding once you get up to a certain point. You know, if you look at all that we built so far, it's just looking really good. And I'm really happy with how it's all turning out. And it'll be pretty nice to start filling in this dead space here. And then maybe once, you know, this level is raised up, the taller buildings will start peeking up over even these ridge lines from the dock area. And all these little layers will slowly build up, and you'll get cool alleyway shots going in between here. And it'll just look really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and speed build my way to the finish line of this structure here, to some music, and see what you guys think. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the little bit of speed build that we got this episode, and now we are looking at the final construction of the trading post. And now, I know the previous times that I've had, the trading posts have been kind of more at the entrance, kind of right outside the city walls, but I feel like, you know, as I said earlier, that because this has such a close proximity to the docks and the large storage barn, it makes sense to have it connected straight onto the central plaza. And the central plaza will end up reworking here once we're ready to move the farms out into more of a trading kind of plaza where there's small stalls, the little covered buildings, and things to fill up this space in general. We're also going to keep the wagon here, so that's the long-term plans. I want to try and flush out some more areas before that. But we can take a look at this building. It has some interesting elements. I wanted to leave some of this stuff open just so that you can see down into it. It is going to be the acting town hall, so, you know, it's good to see if there's anyone just idling inside the town hall like that. It is going to do a partial covered pathway over the surrounding path of the market square. And, you know, I do like to do this on the buildings that are touching this road. Might not, well, we might be able to get one here as well. And that's just a good way to kind of get some layers and some little tunneled areas spreading out through there. And to keep that a little bit interesting, we could also upgrade kind of this upper path here, because I know we've been using this as an upper walkway a lot. And that is a possibility to connect, say, the right side, wrap that around to the left side, and actually get that to connect so we have that whole upper walkway being functional and an alternate route throughout the town, and maybe a safer route if there's goblins down beneath. On the actual interior, we have a nice big storage yard for the trader to have materials on hand from stone, wood, weapons, tools, miscellaneous crates, a treasure chest, some ingots and things like that. And he has a nice little view of the area down here. On the outside, we have more flags and banners just to signal that this is the trading post, and maybe a little bit more official and fancier than everything else kind of in the area. Though this is still in the lower district, so it's not going to be a mansion by any means. It's just going to be a little bit of a fancier home attached to this stockyard per se. And on the first floor, you're going to have to ignore some of these things that aren't built quite yet. We have a nice kind of entry room here, some seating space, also some storage underneath the stairs, the kitchen area, a nice table and 2 chairs here, and then a simple staircase leading up to the upper floor, which will have the maybe some bookcases for general ledgers, trading documents and things, another table maybe a little bit more private up here. They could potentially do business on the first floor as well. And also his bedroom is up here with a nice comfortable bed. It is assigned to the profession trader, so only traders can sleep here. You know, you don't want just random people knocking on our door asking for a good nap. And another fireplace up top just to keep the whole place nice and cozy. Red roof on the upper layers, thatch on the kitchen attachment, and thatch on the little entryway archway that we have going there as well. Additional shrubs just to bring in some more color and some interesting aspects like that. So it's a pretty neat little build, and I hope you guys enjoyed that, and hopefully you learned some tips and tricks on your own building this episode. So if you guys are enjoying Timber and Stone, feel free to leave a like down below. If you have any building suggestions, again, I want to open that up because we are moving on to some areas that I really don't know what to build. The only profession we're really missing in terms of a home and building area would be the stone mason, and I'm thinking about using this plot here for him. But we have plenty of other little plots that we can use, you know, for general housing if that's something you want. But if you have something that could fit the general lower tier theme, do let me know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Oh, there's a skeleton.